The Call of Duty situation has not gotten any better. They're trying to ignore everything they can after removing NICKMERCS bundle from the store after the very controversial statement of leave little children alone. That's where they decided to take a stand. That's the hill they decided to die on, that's just too anti-gay to have in their store. Absolutely laughable. And you can see it is not stopped. Now, they just released this 15 minutes ago. They put this tweet out there. That isn't ratioed as of yet, but I'm sure it will be. But like, look at all of this stuff. 5,000 comments to 2,100 likes, 2,500 comments. This one barely ratioed, yet still ratioed. It's embarrassing at this point. But the inverse has happened to NICKMERCS, despite the fact that he's been pretty quiet as all this stuff has been going on, hasn't even streamed since he did his clarification stream. The fact that they tried to cancel NICKMERCS completely and totally failed. Check out this article, Jeremy. NICKMERCS followers skyrocket after Pride tweet and Call of Duty controversy. It has had the exact opposite effect that they were expecting when they basically tried to cancel NICKMERCS and say, he's just too toxic for us to be associated with. Look at this. Just look at this fucking tweet from Dexterdo. He has gained nearly 50,000 followers in just a couple days after this happened. And it's not like he's tweeting a bunch. He's really not. He's not going out there tweeting all the time. He's been fairly silent as people have come out and supported him, and he has continued to double down and refuse to apologize. This goes to show, if you refuse to bend the knee, if you don't play their games, you will have an army at your back. It's wild to see the way this has backfired completely on Call of Duty.
The internet will always find a way to have its voice heard. I don't know how this is going to go for him long term. I mean, he is gaining a lot of followers that are rallying around him because of the culture war that is happening. You know what I mean? I don't know if he's necessarily going to be that guy that a lot of people are hoping or anticipating, but it has had a negative impact on Call of Duty's approach because they wanted this to all kind of go away. And in fact, what they've done is they've made him out to be a bigger star than he was to begin with. It has had a positive impact on NICKMERCS for sure, and that needs to be noted. But ultimately, this is more about Call of Duty. This is more about how they have shown that they once again have chosen identity politics and social justice propaganda over just worrying about their own game. I have seen a lot of this stuff, and again, I don't really get caught up in it. Whatever. Call of Duty is something that people have complained about forever and a day, okay? That ain't nothing new. But we have had a lot of problems within the community in terms of them having problems with the game. They have been very vocal about their problems over and over and over again. More recently, Activision has flat out ignored the fact that all of the old school games, whether it's Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 2, all these games are literally unplayable and unsafe to play. The likelihood of you being hacked is very high because they have abandoned paying attention to these games. So they've ignored all of these problems. Yet finally, a blue-haired landwell starts complaining about something NICKMERCS said, and they respond immediately. And that is what a lot of people are frustrated about. So this story ain't going away. Call of Duty could be the next Bud Light, could be the next Target. We'll see how this continues to play out.
Yeah, it certainly hasn't eased up on them as they've been trying to just play the ignore game. I don't think it will. It'll be interesting to see because the tweet we just replied to was about the latest season of Warzone dropping. So it's going to be interesting to see how many people continue to refuse to play, even with a new season dropping and all that stuff happening. So we'll continue to keep an eye on it for sure.